Compliance under control. Compliance under control. Audit ready every day. Know the path, know the way. Built to protect, built to stay. Compliance under control. Compliance under control. Compliance. Hey there. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to today's Compliance Under Control, episode 8. I am your featured presenter and host, Ronnette Turner-Corley, and I come on here every Thursday at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time to just give a talk and share with you why compliance, governance, oversight, um, human in the loop, why all of that is so important as we go through this, um, you know, change or how can I say that this new economy, really, it's a new economy, right? When it comes to AI, and as we continue to adopt these new uh, artificial intelligence workflows and systems and tools. Well, I come here every Thursday, and it's just to give you insight so that you can not only know what's going on, but how to use AI efficiently, responsibly, and really use it the right way, especially if you're in business. So come join me every single Thursday because I'm here to deliver that message. Okay, so today we're going to talk about things that, that you can't fix what you can't see. That's what I talked about last week. That was actually the topic of last week. But this week's topic really is going to focus more on the executive compliance gap analysis. Okay, so we're going to talk about the gap analysis, and I'm going to walk you through the gap analysis step by step so you can see how detailed it is and how very important it is, especially if you have a business. I don't care if you have a full time business, part time business, or sometime business, right? If you're using AI into and adopting AI into your workflows and things that you do in business, a gap analysis is going to help you be able to use AI not only responsibly, but it's going to protect you. It's going to protect you. So I'm going to walk you through, I'm going to take a fictitious business and walk you through what a gap analysis looks like. And I want you to put yourself in those shoes. Okay? Put yourself in those shoes to say, what if this was me? Okay, what if this was me? And that's what I'm going to do as I walk you through. So, who am I if you're listening to me for the very first time? My name is Ronnette Turner-Corley. I'm a corporate AI compliance architect, which means that I don't just introduce tools, I build systems. Okay, I build systems that protects businesses, especially if you're in a highly regulated industry, and make sure that you are compliance, governance is being implemented, and that you are all around protected, especially if those auditors walk through the door unexpected, which oftentimes they do, right? I'm also an international recognized CPD accredited certified AI consultant. I do speaking as well as training. And I usually work with organizations who are already using AI, but they're not controlling it whatsoever. So I build systems that create structure, reduce risk, and also make sure I keep them compliant and audit ready at all times. It's all about having audit readiness. Okay. If you know someone who's in business and they're not here, please do click like and share it with them, because as we go into this new whole world of artificial intelligence, you want to make sure that everybody's protected. And here's what I do know: most people are adopting AI, but most people are not having this conversation. And this conversation is so important to have. Why? Because we haven't seen the likes of what's out there and what's going to happen as we move through this different cycle of adopting artificial intelligence, because most people are just using this big shiny new tool called AI. They're loving what it does, but they don't realize that oftentimes this is what AI does. It scrapes the internet. Okay, it goes out there in an abundance of all this information, the good, the bad, the ugly, and it scrapes it all together, and it comes up and it gives it imports it all into their brain. And then now it takes that. And so as we're asking information, it computes and then it spits out exactly what it believes is the right answer. But do you know AI is not always right? So what happens if there's no human oversight, no one, being accountable to this information? Well, if you give a prompt, which is nothing but instructions to the system, right? To AI, you give the prompt and then it sorts it all out and it comes back. And what if it gives the wrong information? And you say, wow, that's a great answer, without really being accountable to if it's right or wrong. Now you've adopted that philosophy. You probably put it in your maybe your workflows, your training material. Now you're training the wrong information. See how that can be a problem long term? Why? Because it just continues to build on top of it. So sooner or later it becomes out of control. So my job is to help you adopt governance and put some rules around AI. AI is great, but AI needs a leash. Okay? So you can snatch it back and say, "Wait a minute. That's not the right thing. Let's go ahead and stop and have a do-over." So that's what we're going to talk about today, is the gap analysis, because it's going to show you where the gaps are in your organization. Okay, now here's what I want you to know. Every organization has gaps. Every organization has gaps. Every company, every business has gaps. So here's a question. Will you identify them before someone else does? Okay. So a lot of the times you find businesses are more reactive than proactive. I'm telling you today, take the proactive approach. Why? Because in the long run, it's going to set you up beautifully, because AI done correctly, you can outperform your competitors like no one else, right? When it's done correctly and responsibly. So you want to make sure you identify those gaps before the auditors do, before the regulators do, right? And they're not going to say, "Hey, which large language model did you use? Which LLM?" A LLM is like ChatGPT. It's Claude. It's a model that's a brain that you can speak into, and that can give you intelligent information. Okay, you got Manus. You got a ton. You got about, it's over 1,000 different large language models. When most people know what Chat GPT, right? That's all most people know. And most people don't even use it correctly. You have over 90% of people using it like Google. So today we're going to talk about why having a gap analysis can help you be able to scale and scale with confidence. Now, how about, when it comes to the gaps, recognizing them before a preventable issue becomes costly? Because if the wrong thing goes into your workflows, into your SOPs, down the line, if they're reviewed or audited, the auditor not going to say, "Hey, which system did you use? Did you use Claude? Did you use Perplexity? Did you use Chat?" They're not going to go blame Chat. They're going to look at the owner and say, "Listen, why is this information in here?" Because it's incorrect. And guess who will get fined and get a slap on the hand, maybe with something that's really costly? So we want to make sure that we are looking at the gaps and making sure we're covered. Okay. Now, most organizations don't do this because they just want to be out of compliance, right? Who wakes up saying, "Today I think I just want to use ChatGPT and I want to be non-compliant," right? No one does that, right? So when it comes to gaps, you're talking about things sometimes can fly under the radar and be missed. A missing document, an outdated policy, an undocumented process, and also a responsibility that's never clearly assigned, right? How many people know it? Maybe it's you or know other employees that are doing jobs that was not fully assigned or clear in their job description, but they're doing them anyway. Okay, whether it's right or wrong, whether the information gets transcribed wrong, doesn't matter, right? But these are gaps that are happening inside of organizations. So here's the reality. Compliance gaps happen little by little, but guess what? Over time, they add up. It's like eating right? Well, high fructose corn syrup might not give you a heart attack today or give you diabetes today. But if you do it every single day over time, that little becomes a lot. That's what happens with gaps in your organization when they go unnoticed. Okay. So, what are we going to do? We're going to assess compliance documentation. We're going to assess governance. Governance is basically just laying down the rules. of, who's doing what, who can do what, who's checking, certain things. It lays down the guideline and the law. Okay. We're going to look at policies and procedures. Do you have something in place where it says how AI should be used in your organization or your business? Is it just something that you're doing by memory, or is it written down for clarity? Because clarity is key, right? How about operational risk? We're going to assess the risk factor as well as AI readiness. It's a lot of people who are employing AI into their business. And you know what? A lot of them are not ready for AI. Why? Because your structure has to be right, right? So let me give you an example. If you have confusion in your organization, if you have, missing documents, or like I said, things that are not clear already in your organization, and then you add AI on top of that, what it's going to do is going to speed up the confusion, right? Because AI can speed things up, right? So what we have to do is stop and develop a great foundation for AI to be applied. It's no different than building a house. You wouldn't build a house on a foundation that wasn't set. If you do, believe me, that structure is tumbling down. Okay. So we're going to evaluate AI readiness as well. Okay. So let's talk about this. What is the Executive Compliance Gap Analysis by Essenarcy AI Solutions, which I am the founder and CEO? It's a structured assessment to identify compliance, governance, and AI readiness gaps before they become issues. Clarity before crisis. I'm sure we all can agree that, in adopting AI, you want to make sure you're doing it the right way. It's a ton of people out there who's scared of AI. Still, even though businesses and people are adopting AI, the vast majority have not yet. Why? Because a lot of people don't know what to do and are scared to do it. And there shouldn't be any fear. It's nothing to fear, right? But what you want to do is just make sure you're doing it responsibly. And how do you do that? Get with someone who's certified, get with a company who has the experience of being able to take you down through this journey of being able to adopt it the right way. And then guess what? Use the right way. I haven't seen any system, any type of structure that we've had in at least my lifetime that has allowed us and will allow us to catapult our businesses to the next level so fast. But it has to be done the right way. Okay. So this is what I want to do. I want to go ahead and let's take you into a full gap analysis where I will go step by step, show you exactly how it works. And it's going to be a fictitious business. I want you to know that. But I want you to put yourself in that company's shoes and say, have I thought about that? Why? Because I'm sure it applies to you in some way, right? So it might not be in your industry, but you'll see as I go through the information how very detailed it is. Okay. And I'm going to run through it kind of quickly because there's a lot of information when asking these questions that goes into consideration. But I do want to show you how it works so you can see why you want to schedule an appointment with me and our team for compliance gap analysis. So let me go ahead and share this information so we can take a look at it. All right. So right here, you'll see compliance gap analysis, right? And you'll see here as we enter the company's name. Now, once again, like I said, it's going to be fictitious, but you're going to see me walk through and see how we're going to walk through, like it says here, walk your client through an industry specific deep dive questions framework. And you're going to see how very detailed it is and how very important it is. And most companies are not. Ask yourself, am I doing this or is my company doing this? If you work for a company, they're not doing that, forward this live to them, because this is how at the end of today, you're going to say that if that regulator walked through today, that you have your stuff together. Okay. So we're going to say here, we're going to say XYZ company. This is the company name. Okay. Selected industry. If you're in here right now, give me an industry. It's a lot of different industries in here, from accounting and tax services, assisted living and group homes. We have credit unions, dental. I'll select one, but if you happen to be here, give me an industry that I can do this gap analysis and put it in the chat. I'll wait a few minutes just in case you want to write, so I'll know exactly. Maybe I can look for the industry you suggest. Okay, if not, I'll select one, but I'll wait for a few more minutes to see if you want to go ahead and give me an industry if you're viewing this for the first time. Okay, so as we walk through this, you can see it's a ton of different industries. I mean, absolutely a lot of them. So once again, about 20 more seconds. Give me an industry that you want to see just by writing it in the chat. And if you don't give me one, I'll go ahead and choose one really quickly. But another 10 seconds and we'll choose one. Okay. So I don't think you got back to me in time. So let's see here. Let's go ahead. I'm going to choose real estate. That seems to be a popular one. Real estate. Okay. So we have XYZ company and we have real estate. So I'm going to say city of, it says Los Angeles as an example. I'm just going to keep it there. Los Angeles. Okay. And in this real estate company, we have, let's say we have 25 people. All right. Now I can add more states. Let's say this real estate company is not just in California, but let's say it's, in other states as well. So we know California is there, right? Let's say they're in California, but let's say they also have a real estate company in Florida. You know, that's part of their location. And let's say they also have one in Texas. Okay, so we're going to go, and they have 3 locations in 3 different states. So do you think this is a company that definitely wants to be compliant? Because guess what? They have to follow the rules and the guidelines for 3 different states. How many people are adopting AI that have companies that are located in 3 different states, but are still, using AI like this shiny toy and haven't adopted governance or compliance? That is a disaster waiting to happen. Now, it says here, additional questions here. Does your brokerage have W-2 employees, not just 1099? I'm going to say yes. Do you hold earnest money or maintain any trust escrow accounts? Okay, we're going to go ahead and say yes there. Okay, so then let's see here. I'm trying to answer my husband at the same time he asking me a question. Do you list or lease commercial property, or does the public visit your office? We're going to say the public visits the office, okay? And do you handle residential rentals or leasing? We're going to say that as well, right? Now, does the brokerage provide property management services? No. Do you facilitate seller financing or other credit arrangements? Yes. You see how it's going to trigger other things that comes on here depending on what we do? Absolutely. So do you have an affiliate mortgage lending? No. Do you have an affiliate title settlement? No. Do you renovate, flip, develop property? We're going to say no to all of that. Now we're going to go next. Okay. Now, I want you to take a look at this framework that's going to be assessed. We have the Fair Housing Act, the State Real Estate Commission regulations, the State Licensing Board, RESPA, and it continues, wire fraud. I mean, it goes deep, right? And it continues. And guess what? Remember, we did it in 3 different states. So we have all the AI laws for privacy and AI regulations for every state that we practice in. Do you see how abundant this is? Absolutely. Now, let's go and see the question so you can see how extensive it is. Look at this. Just for the Fair Housing Act, We have questions here. We can either enter NA, meaning it doesn't apply. 0, it's not in place at all. 1, it's emerging. 2 means it's established. And 3 means, yes, we have it, it's mature, and we're on the right track. All right. So for the Fair Housing Act, now I'm going to go through this, but I'm going to have to go through this quite quickly because it's a lot. But you can see what we will do when we do your compliance assessment, gap analysis. What we would do at that point, we would go through this information together, and it would take about anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour, probably a little bit over 30 minutes to an hour to assess this. But when on the other side, you're going to come out with a complete report, not based on theory, based on everything that's actually going on in your business, and you're going to be able to identify the gaps. Okay. So is the equal housing opportunity logo displayed in your office, on your website, and on your business cards, yard signs? We're going to say yes, that's mature. So that's 100%. Have all licensed agents completed the fair housing training in the last 24 months with a sign, attestation? See, look at that. You can't say if that's true or not, right? Think about it. Have all licensed agents completed the fair housing training in the last 24 months? Okay. And with the sign attestation. You can't say that, right? Because when you think about it, can you really be sure that they've done that or not? Maybe your brokerage has, right? Right? Maybe it hasn't. So you can say established, emerging. I will go to say emerging. Some may say not in place. I don't know, right? It depends on the brokerage you're dealing with. Do listing descriptions and social media posts avoid protected class language? Family friendly, walking distance, perfect for young professionals? Okay. So imagine this. Now I'm going to go through this and just answer a few as I go through it. But do listing description and social media posts avoid protected class language? Can you really say that if you are a real estate brokerage, you know that every agent in your brokerage is doing this with full transparency every single time? Do you know there's a lot of people who are using AI right now that are in the real estate, and they'll take like some type of AI class or how to make your clone class or something like that, and do you know they'll just post, not knowing that descriptions and social media posts has to be posted or cited a certain way? Do you know that? That's huge, right? These are the things that cause problems when it comes to regulators. So I'm going to say here 0. Okay, I'm just going to go, and as I go through this, as you can see, I'm kind of going through this pretty slow, so just you can see how extensive it is. Is there a written policy on handling steering, discriminatory buyer preferences, and love letters from buyers? Is there a written policy on him? Probably not. Okay. So as I go through this, I'm just going to, let me go through really quick. I just want to share that with you, but let me just answer these really quick. And so we can get down to the bottom of it, because look what happens. We have all these, and all these have different questions to ask in them. I want to get to the report. Okay? So let's just go ahead and get through these really quick. Real come down. Say no. You have non-discriminatory for every staff. Emerging is a fair housing complaint. Intake process documented and posted. I'm just going to say there. Written policy exists. Evidence collected. I'm going to give the date of today. Okay. And then over here, same thing. Look at all these. Is every active agent's license current? And is renewal tracked in a central log? Probably going to say emerging. I'm sure there's a ton of real estate brokerages who don't have this in place. Is a broker record providing document supervision file room agent meeting? I'm just gonna do just like this. Okay. All of these might not be necessarily true, but I'm just going to go through this, and just because I want to get to the bottom line so you can see how it looks once we're done. So I'm going to say 3 here, 1. And all of this is not done. All of this, obviously, right, is not done correctly. But I want to get down to the bottom line. So we got RESPA. Look at all these. So as you can see, it's extremely extensive, right? It's so extensive of what happens here. That's why going through a full risk assessment and not assessment, I'm sorry, gap analysis, going through a full gap analysis can make a difference of you being compliant or not, right? It's gonna, because it's so robust. It goes over everything that you're probably not even thinking of. You're probably thinking, oh my God, I had to have this. Yes, this is based on law. This is based on facts. This is not based on guessing. There's no guesswork here, right? Everything in place here is based on this is what you're supposed to have for your specific industry, state, and the type of business that you have, right? Here's about the MLS. All these questions here. I can guarantee you that most people who are using AI have not taken the time to do this type of gap analysis to find the gaps in their business when it comes to if they're ready to use AI and where they should be using AI. So we're almost finished here, wrapping it up. I'm just selecting anything because I just want to get down to the actual report. So you can see, look at all this, right? So we're going to go ahead and let's see. So we can get down to the report. But as you can see, which I'm sure you do, how extensive this is. Now, this will help someone big time because I'm sure they're not going through environmental disclosures, right? Our state required natural hazardous disclosures delivered when applicable. I'm just going to say it doesn't apply. I'll just say that. All right. So, commercial, the brokerage. Okay. So, let me see here. I don't know if I have to continue. Let me see. It might not be. Will it generate a report for me? Let me see. Yeah, I'll just go ahead and generate the report. I haven't even gone through all of these. Here's more right here to go through. I haven't even gone through all of those. I'm just going to generate the report to just show you so far what we've gone over, what it looks like. Okay. And so the report will even be thicker and more pages if I went through all of these regulations. Okay. So as you can see, it's generating right now and collecting all the data that I put in here from all the way up and all these different questions that, applied when it comes to real estate. Now it's still generating. Okay. Now let's go ahead and we're going to go ahead and let's print. Let's download. I'll download it. And then I'll go ahead and share this. I'll share this so you can see the report. How about that? Now, I didn't even finish, but I just wanted you to see how detailed it is. XYZ company, right? For California, Florida, and Texas, the industry was real estate. Compliance scores 39%. That just means that, hey, listen, we have some things we need to fix here. 19 frameworks assessed because I didn't do all the rest of them. It was more than 19 frameworks, right? But the ones that were assessed were the ones that I filled out. Open gaps identified, 35. 12 frameworks below 40%. Okay, look at the gaps that are in this, right? Now, the other ones I didn't do. It says no gaps. So that was put in the percentage too. It might have been lower than that had I went through all those because I didn't do the state AI for all of those as well. But as you can see, it breaks it down and it also shows them the exposure if they were to get fined. What's your estimated exposure? I mean, you're talking here a lot of money if this was a real company that had this type of risk, right? Let me keep going. 185,000. Now, of course, I did answer some of them you just randomly. But believe me, this never comes back with 100% no gaps. Everyone has gaps. Wouldn't it be nice to discover where they're located? Because most of the time, these gaps analysis are done. There's two things happen. Number one, people see, our company owners or business owners, they see the gaps and they also discover ones that they had no idea existed. Once again, from my last talk from last week, you can't fix what you can't see. Now, you can keep running risk if you want to, but I tell you, if you're adopting AI, that can put you in a very compromising position. Because if you already have gaps, now throw AI on top of it, oh, we're in risk mode, right? We're in risk mode for real. So now, here's your scorecard. As I go down, it just goes down for more information. But as you can see, and I'm just scrolling down, I just want you to see as we go through a consultation, the cost of doing nothing, okay? So we go through all the steps of everything and what the gaps are and how to remediate it, okay? And things you need to put in place to fix it. And we also give you a game plan of how to fix it over a certain amount of period. And we work with you through helping you fix a lot of these issues, especially if it deals with AI. The other things, because you know it, you can, put it in place yourself. Okay. It's just some things that has to be done so you can cover that gap. But you can see, I'm still going down, right? So I just wanted to show you how extensive, when I say a gap analysis, I'm not talking about some, winky dink little form you fill out to see where the gaps. I'm talking about full gap analysis on making sure that you're covering what you protected so much. I mean, covering what and protect what you have built. Okay, let me scroll back up here. Many of you have put your whole life savings, have mortgaged your home, have done so many things. This is your retirement. This is your baby. Many of you are passing along what you're building to your next generation to keep them going. But guess what? Why put it at risk? Why put it at risk? So, a compliance gap analysis is going to help you be able to identify the gaps. And believe me, there are gaps right now you have no idea that exist. But you know what? That doesn't put you off the hook. That's what's amazing about, especially when you come from a highly regulated industry. Just because you're unaware, it doesn't excuse you from being fined. It doesn't at all. So allow yourself to have a consultation. And I'm taking on new clients. So have a consultation. We are bringing on new clients so that we can help more people become not only AI ready, but to be compliant and safe and use AI responsibly. And as you can see, the gap analysis is very robust, and it doesn't matter what industry it is. It's going to make sure it pulls all the different frameworks of all of the different governing rules and bodies that you should be following in every state that you're in, so that you can fully be aligned with what you should be doing and doing it the right way. And there's no guesswork. The system does everything for you. Okay, it does everything for you. So as we wrap up here, what the system includes is a compliance documentation review, AI governance and acceptable use review. It's also going to give you a policy and procedure and workflow evaluation, operational risk and audit readiness analysis, and executive findings and prioritize recommendations. We will make recommendations and you will see it in writing. You will have a full comprehensive report on how to move forward to close the gap. Okay, to close the gap. Now, you'll receive this analysis report, current state assessment, key findings, risk priorities, areas requiring immediate attention, like I just said, and strategic recommendations. Okay, that's what you'll receive inside of your report. Now, what is it going to do for you? It's going to create visibility, greater visibility. You're going to be able to see inside your business like you've never seen before. It's going to allow you to make better decisions. Why? Because now you know the gaps exist. Now, where do we go from here? You ever heard the saying, now that you know better, you can do better? Absolutely. It's going to help you scale with confidence. Stronger governance. It's going to help you, if you're using AI, how to put the rules in place so that you know everything about your business and how to put rules, guardrails around AI to be able to protect yourself. It's going to reduce operational risk, and it's going to give you greater audit readiness. Okay. Now, for those of you who are seeing this for the first time, whether you are a business owner, whether you know someone in business, I would say share this with them, because here's what I know. AI is very noisy in these streets, the internet streets, right? Very noisy, but very few people are talking about how to use it responsibly, how to have human-centered AI. Because here's the thing, don't be scared of AI. AI should not be running us. We should be running AI, right? So it's a great partner when you have a leash on it, right? And can snatch it back and say, hey, get back here, right? So you want to build smarter through AI governance, compliance, human-centered AI, and intelligent automation, because it can save you money. It can save you time. It can make you money. It can save you money, but it has to be done the right way, right? And this is not a fear or any scare tactic, but these are things that needs to be put in place. And now once you do it, guess what? You just monitor it, and we just monitor it and keep monitoring it and making sure it's staying on track, and you can scale to a whole nother level. But let's make sure we do it the right way. Go ahead and scan to schedule an appointment. Okay. And the appointment would just be a free risk assessment to see perhaps should we go for the gap analysis. But I can tell you right now, most people that meet really realize that I need to have a full-fledged gap analysis. Absolutely, you do. And not for me, but for you, right? Because at the end of the day, it would just make so much, it will make a big difference for you and your organization if you discover those things before someone else does, because someone else discovering them could put you in a very compromising and costly position. And I'm seeing that today. I was told by one of my colleagues, and she does the same type of work, that she had someone that she was speaking with in a certain industry. I think he comes from the health industry, and he no longer had his business. And after going through a series of things with her, he said, listen, had I had this information, I would still be in business today. So don't wait until you have to do something. Do it because you need to do it and you want to do it, so that when the time comes and your business is being audited or evaluated, guess what? You're doing it the right way and you can sleep at night. So once again, scan that code and schedule your executive compliance gap analysis today. I'm your host. I come here every single week at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Continue to join me so that we can continue to ride this AI wave, but ride it responsibly. Okay, so that's my time. Thank you for your attention. If you're here and you wasn't here doing the live, just put hashtag replay, right? And click like and share for me so we can get this word out. Once again, my name is Ronnette Turner-Corley, and I look forward. Hey there, Vernell, I see you. I look forward to seeing you next week. And we'll go over more compliance and governance and all those other things to help everyone stay protected. All right. Have a good one and have a good remainder of the week. Bye for now.